Hello everybody, welcome back to the adventure. My name is Buzz and this is Pokken Tournament DX Training. That's right, I said it, training. With the new 3v3 format that the Pokken community is coming up with, I wanted to do a Scizor training video. A lot of people are going to be picking up Scizor for the secondary or even tertiary character, and that's something that I wanted to bring to you as far as like, this is the character I know. I may not be good with Pikachu, as you guys already saw, or anybody else for that matter, and my tertiary character is still being decided. I haven't decided on Bird. I don't know who I'm going to be yet, so that's for another time. But at least wanted to get into Scizor, and let's just go through his moves. I've done this tutorial so many times, but at least what it can do is maybe help you who are wanting to pick up Scizor to check out his moves. The first move of this arsenal in field phase is Legos. So you just hit Y and you throw Legos out. Legos are really, really useful for setting up boundaries. They now have to come side to side if they want to come at you. They have to come at you from the side or from the top. You can link Legos into forward Y, so you can just hit Y, and that goes into that like Buzz style attack. Side Y is the Buzz Saws. The first Buzz Saw is very safe. So if I can throw one Buzz Saw and on block, it's super safe. I can just go ahead and hold block quite quickly before they can recover from it. Also, the Buzz Saws themselves have a very strange hitbox, so they're just hard to avoid. Throwing a couple Buzz Saws out actually has saved me a lot of times from an attack that they've tried to throw a projectile they've thrown. Now, of course, when you throw a projectile and their projectile is still coming at you and you hit them, it negates their projectile completely. So Buzz Saws are really nice. The hitbox is very large, much larger than it looks. So it's a really useful tool. Side Y hold is Crab Claw. Boom. So Crab Claw is also useful. Very strong attack. It can also home in aerial. So you can jump, hold Y, and that actually is a really good, if they're in the air, that will actually zero in on them. When you're just doing side Y on the ground, it only stays on the ground. But you're in the air, it can go up, down, all over. Triple sidewise is just Buzz Saws, and then that Bug Buzz move. Really, really nice. That Bug Buzz, when you zip forward like that, it's really good to go if you know they're countering, or if you might catch in the middle of their counter. Say if you drop down in front of them and they counter, throwing forward Y is really useful because it has a lot of active frames. So it's impossible if somebody lets go of their counter during that attack, they're going to get hit because there's so many active frames. It's a really nice move. Back Y is also really nice. It throws out Buzz Saws just in a nice line. The Buzz Saws move slower when they're in the air, but they move quickly when they hit the ground. So they kind of catch you off guard if somebody's coming at you straight on. You can catch them off guard by throwing Buzz Saws straight at them from the ground. Holding back Y is a string shot attack. Really nice wide range. Good for opponents that are trying to get on the side of you. A nice setup I like to do is pushing them to the wall. If they're recovering from the wall, I'll set up Legos, and then I'll do that. What that does is it forces them to either jump out of the way or jump to the side, and that side, that nice spread has a nice arc to it where they're kind of trapped. It's a really good setup. Mid-air Y is a Buzz Saw, similarly as the Buzz Saw as the back Ys. If jump Y hits the ground, it moves quicker. Let's see if I can do a short hop. Yep. So when you throw that single Buzz Saw, if you do it high in the air, of course you're just gonna hit them. But if you do it low, it'll hit the ground and zip forward quickly. Very nice. Homing attack is only 2 strings. Some Pokemon have 3. This one only has 2. And you can hold, of course, to get that charge attack, shield breaks, counter breaks, things like that. JX is just a nice dive kick. You can hold guard in midair in the center of your dive kick, and or you can tap R. Really, you just need to tap it. And what you'll do is you'll flow. So you can catch him off guard and do it again. Oh, let's see if I can pull that out. You actually do it several times. Kind of catch them with you think you're going to go on the downswing, but you're actually jumping in the air. So that's pretty nice. Weak attack, a couple of jabs. That 2 jabs, continue Y goes into Metal Claw. Forward YY is a really nice strong attack. It has a lot of pushback. Really nice attack. I think it's still a weak though. It seems strong, but it's actually still a weak move. So you don't want to use it for burst attack against people in burst, but it's a good move. The better option a lot of times is strong heavy. What that does is, so it's forward Y and neutral X. What that does, it knocks them into the air. Back Y, a quick leg jab, really useful. It's really quick, it's really safe. safe on block. So if you hit that, you can block quite quickly afterwards. Up Y. Really good anti-air. This is his best anti-air. He has, it's actually really nice because it hits both sides and a little bit down. So it has like a low hit and also has a really high hit on both sides. Its weakness is right down the center though. As you can see, right down the center. Down Y. His jab, his quick jab. Also very safe on block. That's his the fastest move he has is 2Y. Is that true? It's his fastest ground move he has is 2Y. Very good. 2Y, smashing Y leads into U-turn, which is a little bit unsafe because U-turn is risky to just throw out, but it is nice if you need it. Mid-air YY. It's a nice move to keep him in the air, and what it does is it actually follows up into mid-air, mid-air YX. What that is right there is the jump combo. In fact, if you watch my videos, you often see me do it. That's it. So it's mid-air, like multiple jabs. It's the smash, it's just kind of like a one swipe down, and then it's the aerial ace is the finish. Strong attack, really good. Neutral X is good. What you're getting is a bash up. You're actually sending them aerial, and what that does is it follows up. If you just mash X, so neutral. So if you mash 5X, and what you're gonna get is you're gonna get a nice little combo. Forward XX is so 6XX is gonna be a very unsafe move, but it's a really low attack, so it really ducks under a lot of high or medium moves even. I think even, I don't know, medium, but it definitely ducks under high. And what you're getting is another way to get them into the air. So I can go here, and I can just mash X. If I'm going 6XX, and then X again, twice, you're getting that first kick down slam and then aerial ace. Those aerial combos are everything. Back X is a little bit of it's a short range move. It's fairly quick. It's not super quick. I wouldn't call it safe. I think the uncharged is not very safe, and it has a pretty short range. But the great thing about 4X is that you can actually hold it down. The held down 4X is very safe, and it has quite a bit of range. We'll get into why later. That's important in a minute. This is also really important, so I can actually cancel out of back X into a forward attack, into a grab, and if I do 4X into a forward dash and I hold forward, it actually automatically goes into dash, the hover dash cancel. So like you're canceling 4X cancel hover dash forward. Very, very useful. Lots of opportunities there with combos and such. 8X is a really good little spin combo, little spin kick. What that does is it is a throw crush, so one of your best throw crush options. You can do straight 8X, go straight up. You can do a 7X, which goes slightly back. So really good for like retreating a little bit while using a little bit of an attack. Or you can 9X and you can actually go forward a little bit. Some combos require you to get, if you do get a little forward momentum, you can actually combo into other things. 2X is next. 2X is another throw crush. Very useful move. It's really slow, so it's not safe to just throw out on neutral. But if you know the grab is coming, or if you want them to get away from you a little bit, if you're kind of aware of their blocking, if they're heavy blocking, you can throw out 2X. What that does is it actually is safe on block. So although it's slow, it's easily caught. That's the only problem. If it's reactable, it's easily caught, but it is safe on block. If they block that, you can block that in time, which is very nice. If I'm near to the wall, I can hit them right into that wall for more combos. Mid-air X is just that dive kick. So that double hit is one single X. It's one single input of the button. YB grab. Your counter is your X and A. The counter is unique because it is a really long range counter. It's also a moving counter. Really important to utilize that to judge your distance and to change your distance if you need to. Tapping the button still allows you to move, so if I just tap counter, you actually still get a little bit of movement on it, and you still get that blue armor. In dual phase, be careful of the counter because it is high. It can be easily low profiled. It can be easily, like, for example, if I'm fighting another Scizor and I know they're going for a charged counter, I can 6X underneath it and attack them quite easily. into a combo. This is my mid-air hover. Jumping and hitting the block button, just go ahead and get you in air. Hover turn. Now this is also very useful. Scizor has, when Scizor walks, his walking stance is quite slow. But he has a movement, a really nice movement called hover turning. So what that does is, if you're in the middle of a hover dash, you can continuously hover. As long as you hit a separate button, you can't hit the same button twice. But if you hit a different button from what you have just hit, you can hover continuously. And it can still slide you right into hover dashing. Forward A is Metal Claw. Really good gap closer. I can be back here in neutral and I can just Metal Claw to close that gap quite nicely. U-turn, back A. In dual phase, it's 4A. 4A is a really nice, has a little bit of anti-airing, but it's not, it still collides with aerials as long as when your armor goes away, which is quite quickly after you jump into the air. Your armor is mostly on the ground. Really good catch for an attack, but it is very vulnerable. If you whiff or if they block it, it's not safe. So although it seems really nice and it's a really good useful tool if they're attacking a lot, don't just throw it out there. It's very unsafe. Bug Bite is hold, charge, release the A button. So I'm holding the A button and you see you'll get your charge up and you can actually go ahead and use Bug Bite right in the middle of field phase or dual phase, whatever you'd like. It was really good addition to his arsenal because he had access to Bug Bite, but only as a command grab with other combinations. But now he has access to Bug Bite without any combos at all. You can just charge it, which is really nice. Gives him a grappling edge, honestly. Aerial Ace, really good move, good aerial move. The first hit of Aerial Ace does not hit stun, as you see there. If you see him come down, hit. That second hit, it's only one hit of the A button, but that JA, and even right there. So I kind of hit the first hit, but I whiffed over his head. That second one, if you have an attack buff, it will hit stun. That first hit. Also, if you have Aaron Burst, I believe it does hit stun as well. But again, these things are risky, so I wouldn't go throwing it out. What it is a good combo finisher, and I'll show you that later. Bullet Punch is 2A. The good thing about Bullet Punch is you can decide what range you want it at. So, if I'm right up close to the opponent, I can use 1A, and that Bullet Punch is right next to me. If I 2A, that gives a medium Bullet Punch range. Or I can be quite farther away and hit him with 3A. And that's 1A, 2A, 3A. Bullet Punch X Scizor. So from Bullet Punch, you have a lot of combos. So I can go Bullet Punch, and I can hit X during a bullet, so I can go 2A X. What that does is give me the move called X Scizor. But if you Bullet Punch and use X Scizor right at the time when it's closing, you're gonna get that swing glow gold, and you get that just fair. This is another alternative thing you can do in Bullet Punch after Bullet Punch. Is Bullet Punch leads into Bug Bite. So this used to be you just hit Y and B grab after you use Bullet Punch. That used to be the only time you could use Bug Bite was right then and there. Of course, now we know that what you can do is you can hold the A button and let it go for a sneaky Bug Bite, very useful tool. This is probably the biggest thing about Scizor and his kit is using 5A neutral A Swords Dance. Scizor is a resource management character, and utilizing his resources of his swords is super important. You always want to make sure you have swords available to finish your combos. So if for a follow-up attack, this Swords Dance follow-up, so you hit A after during your dance, and what you'll do is you'll actually throw them. In field phase, you throw them to the side and they come around. In dual phase, you can throw them and they just go straight forward. So I already showed you Metal Claw, great gap closer, great attack. When you have swords, if you use A, again, after you use Metal Claw, you actually get a follow-up combo. So I'm going to Metal Claw and Metal Claw again, and hit A button again, and that's going to actually Metal Claw and throw swords all in one combo. It's an attack string. You can't block in between it. Metal Claw Swords Dance follow-up is also really good for distance in field phase. If I'm throwing Metal Claw at a distance, that spiral sword forward is actually pretty good range. U-turn also has a follow-up. So if I normally U-turn, all I get is just a nice clean attack. It has armor. It is a DP. But if I'm using it with swords, I actually get a double slam down on the swords, giving me big damage. Aerial Ace combo follow-up. So if I'm aerial acing, generally, I have a... See, it doesn't do his ton at all. I get a little 1-2 punch, flick of the wrist, get him off the ground. If I follow up with swords, I get a really nice, beautiful spin combination that sends them reeling. Also can send them against the wall if you need to further the combo. Bullet punch follows up with swords as well. What I'm able to do is I'm able to use my bullet punch and then follow up with swords and get them into the air. When I get them into the air after that bullet punch, now I'm available for more comboing. If I hit A again after that A, it actually sends me up towards them to fight them in the air. To combo them in the air, rather. Hover dashing, a double tap forward to send you into a hover dash. Hover dashing is really good for also closing the gap. It's very quick, but I have alternate attacks while I'm in hover dash. If I hover dash forward with Y, I actually use that red fist combo just like I do with my JY. I can hit Y afterwards and go right into bullet punch. That cancels hover dash right into bullet punch by just hitting Y. Which again, can lead me into my other combos, right? If I hover dash and use the X button, I'm actually going to slide into my double X. 6X, I can slide right into getting them in the air, which gets them into that combo there. And then of course, Iron Meteor Dive to top it all off. Just very anime, very Gundam, awesome fighting, awesome finisher. Iron Meteor Dive, you're bursting. So that's all those moves. That's every single move with a little bit of addition from myself, just to add in just some kind of a little bit of comboing. Next video, we're gonna combo in more stuff. We're gonna actually add in a little bit more like combos that you'll see, like, oh, these lead to that a little bit more. I just wanted to show you, open up your eyes a little bit, open up the possibility of Scizor a little bit more. So awesome. I hope that was helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like and a comment, and make sure to subscribe to my videos. If you want to play Pokken against me, please let me know, and we can definitely play some games. So I will. My name is Buzz. I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.